Ho, ho, ho! Welcome, dear listeners. We are thrilled that you have joined us for the quest for NORTHSTAR, our enchanting escapade that is a special 6-part adventure. Exclusively written and produced by DM Yasmin, this mini adventure will absolutely sprinkle some festive cheer into your earbuds this holiday season. As snowflakes dance and the twinkling lights shine bright, all of us here at Podcast HQ wish each and every one of you an amazing Christmas and a wonderfully whimsical New Year. Buckle up as we embark on a magical journey through the charming town of NORTHSTAR, where winter wonders await at every corner. Prepare for frosty fantasy, festive foes, and brace yourselves for punny tales of frosty friendship and holiday hijinks, and the occasional sprinkle of Christmas spirit. So, grab your hot chocolate with cream and marshmallow, snuggle under a cosy blanket, and let's slay this season together. Let the frosted fun begin. Once upon a time, in a land far to the north, 3 hapless heroes offered their services forth. Through snowy terrain and with whispers of lore, they sought an artifact, stolen for sure. Bleak was the outlook, and with mischief in sight, will they brave the elements to set wrongs to right? The Quest for NORTHSTAR, Episode 1, Act 1, A Snowy Start.
Okay, excellent. So, welcome to the Christmas one-shot special, which is looking like it's going to happen over 3 sessions, so it's not really a one-shot. But this is going to be the Quest for NORTHSTAR. So we're playing 5e adventure. We've got 3 players. We've got Sam, Ryan,
Hello.
and Rick.
Hello.
And I hope you're all ready for a bit of festive fun.
Woo! Noise, everybody!
Happy Christmas, folks.
You are... Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, happy Christmas in November.
I'm saying this in November. This feels wrong on so many levels for me.
But it is snowy outside.
It is
so
snowing outside.
It's extremely snowy outside, yeah.
Bloody
And
not
very
here.
cold.
And 2 of us have been ill, so, you know.
And we're all good because we've got the log burner going, so happy days.
Excellent. Okay, so to kick this off, let's go on with a quick intro of characters. So, starting around the table, who wants to go first?
Hi, I'm Ryan. You may have known me from other productions. Making a hash in them as well. So why would I do anything different at Christmas? I will be playing Chrissy Carroll, a bardic dragonborn, blue dragonborn. They are a bagpipe player. Not yet decided how good of a bagpipe player they actually are. They enjoy the finer things in life, aspire for a station sort of greater or higher than what they actually are, possibly. So that could be rather interesting. Fairly whimsical, hopefully, if I can play it right, and sort of just goes where the flow takes her. So we'll see how it goes. That's me.
Excellent. Who's next?
Well, I guess that would be me. So, okay, hi, happy Christmas to everybody. Firstly, thank you to our DM for taking the time out of a busy schedule to run this mini Christmas adventure. So, cheers, Yaz. Top job. Looking forward to it. So, you guys want to find out who my character is? Right, okay. His name is Noel Nix. That's not Noel, that's Noel Nix. And he is a level 5 half-orc rogue. He's 34 years old, and his orc lineage is obvious in his appearance, with the single exception of his height, as he's only 5'5", so pretty damn short actually. He's got green skin, a short, strong, stubble jaw, well-defined hawkish ridged nose. He's wide, narrow, yellowish eyes. Kind of looks like he's got a bad smell under his nose most of the time. He's got no protruding tusks, but does have longer and wider than average incisors that are visible when he smiles, so it looks a bit more sinister. His hair, it's a strong auburn colour, mid-length and naturally wavy. His stature is short in height, but otherwise broad and athletic. He's dressed in a dark brown, deep V-neck leather tunic, which exposes a very manly, hairy chest, which, I have to add, lies flat. There's no curlies here. They've been, done with a Dyson or, a hairdryer or whatever. They're nice and...
Done with a Dyson?
Yeah, like one of those Dyson straight...
Is that how you do your chest hairs?
Oh. Dyson powers who?
I didn't think you had a ladder to get up to my window.
I've never heard of that technique before.
Now you have.
Yeah, no curlies,
You
guys.
start taking notes.
I've got the chest hair.
Did you need the help, yes?
His tunic has a buckle up front, a long sleeve black cloak with an over-large hood, and a sleeveless brown full-length leather duster over the cloak. Noel has a slim fit, black calfskin set of trousers and soft black leather fur-topped knee-length boots. He wears brown leather fingerless gloves, a short buckle-up braces on his wrists, plus numerous other belts and pouches around his waist and across his chest. Noel is willing to help others, but not to his own detriment. He has a bad reputation and will do and say anything to avoid earning an honest living via gameful employment. He is well sketchy, but definitely the man to know if you've got something shady going on the back burner and needs a nefarious right-hand man.
Excellent. So we've got an edgelord rogue. Classic. Might as well start this one off in a tavern.
Edgelord meets Roadman, probably.
As long as you don't have a shiv, we're good. Rick, you're up.
So, yeah, I'm Rick. I am playing Mary Murder, who is a level 5 Eldritch Knight of the High Elf Persuasion. Not a terribly nice person. She follows in her mother's footsteps, as in she breaks the law whenever possible. Her mother, of course, being the metaphor murderer, known for mixing up everything and killing everyone at the same time. Mary is an interesting individual, tends to dress quite simply. She wears her chainmail with a red cloak over the top, her very bright green hair, one quite long, and she has very long ears which protrude out to either side, which definitely makes her stand out. She also is not terribly tall, just average height, but she certainly gets your attention if she walks into a room. I'll say that. She tends to travel with her rather unusual companion, a statuette that turns into a golden griffin, goes by the name of Goldilocks, and wields her longsword by the name of Frankie in combat.
Frankie.
Gold,
Excellent.
frankincense and myrrh?
Oh, God, yeah, okay, got it. Got
So
it.
good it's
Caught
Gold,
up
frankincense
now.
and murder, baby.
Clunk. Penny's just dropped. The gold coin has just dropped.
Clunk. Okay. So, with a cast of characters fully assembled, let's get into the swing of things. You have all been acquainted, for various reasons, for a significant period of time. Long enough to know each other's quirks and each other's particular ways of handling things. And your recent travels have led you north, towards the well-renowned town of NORTHSTAR. NORTHSTAR is a small, festive settlement that embodies all of the fun of the winter season. It is well known across the lands and is generally just a very, very lovely place to visit. As you approached NORTHSTAR, heading up the long road, it being quite an isolated community, you all came across quite an unusual sight. A field of tents. As you drew closer, you got to see the people who were living inside these tents. And very quickly, you realised through conversation and questions that these are the residents of NORTHSTAR. and they are no longer within the town. They've been forced out and are now residing in almost a refugee camp. You speak to a jolly Leonid man by the name of Chris Claus. He is what is effectively the mayor of NORTHSTAR. His family have resided, or his family were the founders of the town itself. And he explains to you that it was a normal day. They were going about their preparations, being busy with Winter's Fest, the seasonal day of the year coming up. They were busy preparing, creating gifts, presents, crafts, sweets, foods. And while they were going about their normal business, there was a terrible, terrible cold wind that blew down from the north. It rattled through the town, dropping the temperatures far below their normal range. And upon this wind, this screaming gale, was a voice. And the voice, as he summarises to you, effectively told them to leave the town or forfeit their lives. Forced from their homes, the residents fled, carrying with them only what they could manage. And that is how they ended up here. After a bit of back and forth, perhaps some bartering as to what you might get out of it, you agree to travel into the town and take a look at what's going on. The residents who have evacuated have got no further information possible. They left pretty quickly, left most of their things behind, doors unlocked, shops left abandoned. So you are going into this situation with very little information. They've been kind enough to equip you with thick winter clothing to help quell the cold. And it is here that you are now travelling up the main road into the town. The road is covered with a thick layer of fresh snow. The sleigh you are riding in leaving depressions, and the reindeer pulling it leaving cloven tracks. Ahead, the town grows ever bigger. The large festive tree sat in the middle, piercing the skyline. An unnatural icy wind blows from the north, sending granules skittering across the crisp snow and nipping at your exposed faces. The buildings stand abandoned and unlit, the doors left ajar. Driving the sleigh is Chris Claus himself, this big, jolly Leonid. And he's got this big, bushy beard and he's wearing thick winter clothes himself. And quite unusually, he is albino, he is a pure white lion man. And similarly, the reindeer which pulls the sleigh is also albino. It is a beautiful beast, and you can see across its antlers decorations and trinkets strung, which tinkle merrily. What would you like to do?
Noel will be... are we all on this sleigh?
You're all
We're
on the sleigh. I mean, you can run behind it if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Not
I
with
don't
them
know, it's
little
a
legs.
very roguish thing to do, that, isn't it? Run behind looking...
I'm going to scout ahead and hide in a snowbank.
That's the one.
Go on, Edgelord.
Yeah.
I don't speak from experience there.
Can we see any movement in the town at all?
Make me a... Well, actually, all of you can make me a perception check, please.
Perception. Oh, new sheets. Where's my perception gone?
It's in your skills list.
It's on the left.
In the
Next to your
skills block.
stats.
Next to the stat block. The long rectangular block.
Yeah.
There we go. No, that's your passive perception.
Up a bit.
Up a bit. Up a bit. There we go, in there.
Ah, where it says perception.
Yeah, that's the one.
I didn't perceive that.
No, evidently
That's
not.
that
one. Right, okay, that's an 11 plus 3 for Noel, which is 14.
14?
13 plus a 1 for a 14 for Chrissy.
Excellent.
So sorry to disappoint. I got a 10 plus 3 for 13.
Oh, wow. Really letting the side down there, Rick, honestly. Okay.
Try it.
Yeah. As you...
Sorry.
It's genuinely cold around here.
Yeah. As you observe the town, the way you are approaching, you have two buildings in front of you and this large tree. It is easily 120 foot tall, 40 foot wide.
Ooh.
And it is bedecked, even from this direction, this distance, you can see that this tree is decked in decorations, bows, and it glimmers with these shimmering lights, which you would know to be fairy lights.
Oh. Fairy lights, lovely.
But as you look at the town, you try to see if you can see any kind of movement. You can see bits of movement in the movement of branches, the swinging of signs, as obviously this cold wind is whipping around the town and blowing things. But in terms of actually seeing any movement from creatures, you don't see anything. And when I say you don't see anything, you don't even see birds flying overhead, you don't see any wild animals. There's nothing.
Are there no lights on or everything's other than the tree?
Other
lights?
than the tree, so it is a fairly grey, it's very, very much overcast. This is mid-morning, but it's very overcast. The sky is thick with kind of white cloud cover.
Okay.
And it is snowing. The snow is coming down. Not hard, but it is drifting down. So it's a little bit gloomy. You cannot see any lights with exception of the fairy lights which decorate the garlands and tree itself.
Noel will ask Chris Claus, the leonine man. He will. How long is it since you? How long is it since you left?
Chris takes a breath. He looks at you, and you can see an inherent kindness in his eyes. He's got crinkle like crow's feet at the corner of his eyes, where he's obviously quite a jolly man. But he looks very solemn. It's been a couple of days, 3 days. It took us a little while to get everyone together into one place and a proper little camp set up. But yeah, it's been about 3 days.
So, assuming we've all arrived by the big Christmas tree.
You're on your way there.
Oh, okay,
You're
we've
getting
arrived,
there. You're drawing ever closer, but
Okay.
this is as you are approaching.
Yeah. So just scanning as we go past, or are any of the doors or windows been left open, or have they been any forced entries, or?
Yeah. So your approach to the town is just along a road. So the first buildings you get to are these two buildings in front of the festive tree.
Right. Okay.
The town is laid out. If I show you this map here, and I appreciate Rick, you won't be able to see it, so apologies. But the town is laid out like that.
Okay.
So you've got your main approach coming up here.
Yeah.
You've got these two buildings, this big festive tree with almost all the buildings encircling it. And then a little further up, you've got a couple more buildings, and then what looks like a little kind of courtyard affair.
Okay.
Off the left-hand side of it. So yeah, there we go.
Right.
So the approach you're taking does not lead you past any buildings. But you can see from where you're looking ahead, you can see like the corner of the tavern. You can see a couple of the back building, the back windows of these two buildings at the front, and you can't see any lights on.
Okay. Well, it certainly looks abandoned. No one was left behind. Everyone got out, I assume.
No casualties then?
Can't see anybody in the snow. Can't see no dead bodies here anyway.
Well, we have got 2 unaccounted for currently. One I expect will be fine. He's a half frost giant. He's fine with the cold. But the other ones are vintner Wesley. Nobody's seen him in the past 3 days.
What'd you say his name was again?
Wesley.
Wesley.
Wesley Wenceslas.
Wesley?
Wesley Wenceslas.
Oh. Okay. Right. Are we supposed to be looking for him and all?
Well, if you happen to find him, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah. Okay.
And what are the frost giants? What's their name?
Frost giant. Yeah, he's a big fellow, unsurprisingly. He's Holdor. Holdor Frost Arrow. He owns the Fletchers.
Hold on.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I suppose we should all have a little look around. Start from the centre and work outwards, I suppose.
Yeah, suits me, Governor.
Probably a good idea. Chris, are you staying here? Or maybe you should go to the edge of town. Keep yourself safe.
Yes. As discussed, I'll only be taking you to the entrance. I've got to get back, unfortunately. I need to look after the people in the camp. They're a bit unsettled, as you might expect, with the sudden changes. So I'll drop you off, and if all goes well, if you somehow manage to get a message to me, or I can come back in a day or two, and if you're not here, then we'll wait for you at the camp.
I think that's an excellent idea. Tell me, are there any particularly good shops here? Just thinking for afterwards, of course.
Well, yes, we've got lots of good shops. We're the number one festive town in the land.
Yes, but where would be the best shops to go to?
Well, I don't really know if there's a best shop per se. Each shop has its own specialty. If you want your best mulled wines and mulled ciders, you go to Wenceslas's winery. If you want the best festive jumper around, you go to Polar Pullovers.
I shall look out for a good Christmas jumper afterwards then.
Excellent. They're very fetching, I can assure you. And he kind of pulls his coat open. He's wearing this big, and he's very rotund. He's got a bit of a belly on him, bless him. And you can see this sweater is probably a little bit too small for him at this point, because it is stretched ever so slightly around the belly, and you can see the pattern is just kind of pulled apart slightly. But it is this very traditional festive sweater with like the stripes of like pattern across the front, little reindeer and all sort. It's very cute.
Maybe you could tell us exactly which way the vintners is. It might be a good place for us to start looking for Wesley.
Yes, the vintners is let me give you this. And he pulls out of his pocket, one of his many pockets on his big coat. He's clearly used to having visitors to the town. This is a very, very popular location. That's something you would all know. This is a incredibly popular location for a holiday, a quick break. It's a really nice place to be.
Tourist country.
It is. It's 100% a tourist country. But he pulls out of his pocket this little flyer. It's on a piece of parchment, and it's got a map on it. And he shows you the map, and essentially he says, if you head round the festive tree, through the market, and to your left there's a narrow alleyway, there's a whole cluster of artisanal shops over there. And Wesley's winery, Wenceslas's winery as it's officially called, is in that little cluster over there. It's just behind the general store.
So you're like a walking tourist office then?
Well, I wouldn't say walking tourist office. I'm the toy maker around here. And this town was founded by my ancestor many times over, Nicholas Claus. He was a toy maker himself. It's a family tradition.
You don't say.
I bet they thought he was a real saint.
Well, yes, he was a very good man. He was, he built this town from the ground up and attracted all of these wonderful artisans who bring their craft and trade. And every year on Winter's Fest, he would distribute toys to the children of the world. And we've always continued that tradition. Passed down from father to son, it's now come to me. And this town is now my responsibility.
Very idyllic, Governor. What'd you say your town was called? I've not been here before.
NORTHSTAR. It's called NORTHSTAR, as you can see at the top of the... And he pauses. As his gaze goes up to the top of the tree, where you would expect a star to be, there is no star. What?
What's the matter, bud?
Well, there should be... It's gone.
What's gone?
And he kind of swallows for a second, and you see him kind of thinking, the panic crossing his face. Well, there's an artifact. The star atop the tree it's gone.
I wouldn't worry about it. Surely you could make a new one, right?
Well, it's not that simple, I'm afraid.
Well, I know it involves
really not that
climbing up
simple.
as well, but it can't be that hard, right?
No, that star has been passed down since Nicholas. He created it for the town. It's never been missing from the top of the tree for a day in its existence.
What, you mean this tree is decorated like this 365 days, of however many there are? In a year or whatever it is?
Yes, absolutely. The entire town.
Well, that's interesting, I suppose, if you like that sort of thing.
Do a lot of elves live here?
Well, we've got a couple of elven families, a couple of half-elf families. But we're a pretty mixed bunch, you know. I'm a Leonid. My family's are all Leonids.
It would be a bit odd to have an elf in your lineage, yes, I see that.
Well, families and whatnot. We've got a half frost giant, we've got some polar bear folk, we've got dwarves, humans, gnomes, everyone really.
Definitely an odd bunch. Tell you what, you toddle off then, and we'll come find you when we're done. And the Vintners was that way, yes?
Yes, yeah.
Fantastic.
So I'm guessing we've got to go and find his star now as well. Well, if that's missing, that's bang out of order, that is.
Do you really think we need to find the star as well? I mean, surely they can find it themselves. It's just... I still think they could just make a new one.
Well, he seems bothered about it.
It's more significant than just a star, I'm afraid.
What is it?
Make me a persuasion check.
Persuasion, that'll be under P, right?
It will be. Somewhere near perception.
Okay, so Noel's a little bit woo, a little bit wah. He's got a little bit of a woo 3 and a wah +1 for a whole 4. Full.
Wow.
Change your dice now, Sam. This is your early warning.
Chris looks at you, looks at your hands, perhaps thinking, you're a little sticky fingered. I can't really say. But know this, it is important. Perhaps more so than anything else.
Right, well, nobody's not made us dead yet, so you stopping or are you going?
You disembark the sleigh, which has now made its way to not far from the town's entrance.
Yeah, Noel vault over the side of the sleigh with one hand.
Make me an acrobatics check.
Please roll a 1. Please roll a 1. Please roll a 1.
Sort of asked for that one, didn't you?
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, right. That's a 10 + 6 for a 16 on the disadvantage.
Damn it. Yeah, okay, you vault over the side.
Woo!
You don't fall flat on your ass as you slip on ice. Yeah, so you all disembark and Chris nods at you all. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate that we've negotiated a bit of a deal here and you will be fairly recompensed. I will return now and I'll be back in a couple of days if I don't hear anything.
How far is it back to the camp from where we are?
It's probably a good day's walk. The sleigh's made it
right.
significantly faster.
Alright.
Oh,
And how deep is the snow? Pretty deep?
It's a couple of inches at this point.
Oh, okay, not too bad.
Chris, just quickly before we go, just checking. Whatever we find, we keep, right? That's the normal deal with adventuring parties and all that?
You wish. No, Missy. We have negotiated a deal, as you remember.
Well,
We will recompense you fairly for your services.
Oh, okay.
There may be certain things you can find around the place which you are more than welcome to use if you need anything from the alchemists or general supplies. We'll settle the tab afterwards.
No sticky fingers here. Haha.
I highly doubt that.
Chrissy gets down off the sleigh. A little more, what's the word? Conventionally than Noel.
Don't know what you mean.
Yeah. It just puts her clawy, feety things. Dragonborn.
Talons?
Talons, that's the one. I don't know. Them things. Puts them down on the snow. Yeah. And just looks at Mary. He's coming.
Yes. She will just step off, again in a fairly conventional fashion. She'll take out her long sword so that she's at least prepared if something else comes up. But rather than getting a shield out, she'll put her hand into a pouch where she keeps her figurine so that if she needs to call upon it, she can at short notice.
Okay, excellent. As Chris turns the sleigh round and begins to make his way back to town, he shouts over his shoulder, "I wish you all luck! I hope to see you soon."
Chrissy just waves. See you in a couple of days.
Yeah. Bang tidy, governor.
Have fun.
You are now left on your own. The town ahead of you. The cold wind whistles between the buildings. It is freezing.
Oh, it's a bit parky out here, isn't it?
You'd usually expect this somewhere like this where snow is... You're in the north. So this land is covered in snow the entire year round. And you expect it to be cold. But this is unnaturally cold. The temperatures have dropped significantly. And you all can tell that had you not been given these thick winter clothes, these big, warm, bulky overcoats which settle over your armour and other bits and bobs, had you not been wearing them, you would be seriously impaired by this weather.
Okay. Chrissy wraps her coat around her and... I agree, no, it's rather cold out here. Well, I suppose let's go find this winery and... he says we're welcome to try a few things when we're there, so... Mulled wine, anyone?
Exactly my plan.
Excellent. Hey.
Okay.
I'm in.
So as you enter into the town properly, the main road transitions from this kind of what you imagine to be a dirt track underneath. You begin to see cobbles peeking through the layers of snow, and as your feet impress into it, you can feel the cobbles under this quite uneven surface. As you enter into the town proper, and you pass between these two buildings, one to your left, one to your right, you get a better view of the town itself, and particularly this tree in front of you, the festive tree. The festive tree is a large fir tree, 40 foot in diameter and approximately 120 foot high. The tree is festooned with decorations, from large crimson bows to baubles and glowing glass snowflakes. The entire tree is lit by glowing particles of light in a rainbow of colours that float around the branches. Snow has settled in drifts at the base, and beautifully wrapped presents are nestled beneath the spread of needles. At the pinnacle, where the large star should be, there is nothing. It is gone.
That otherwise sounds tremendous.
Oh dear.
That was terrible.
It was.
Okay, I'll try and make the others better.
He's just trying to give you the needle, don't worry about it.
Looking around, you can see that the town is highly decorated. You can see large garlands have been strung up from the tree itself to the surrounding buildings, very much the same kind of big pine needles decorated with bows, baubles, lights. The entire town, as far as you can see so far, is bedecked in the most Christmas decorations you have ever seen. It is beautiful. And all of you can make me a perception check, please.
Be a 14 with a +1 for a 15 for Chrissy.
Nice.
You must be having a laugh. I got a natural 1 +
Classic.
3 for a 4.
Got snow in your eye.
Dazzled by the.
Snow joke.
Oh.
Someone had to say it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
And Mary
And for Mary?
got a 14 + 3 for 17.
Okay, so both Mary and Chrissy, as you look around, absorbing the sights in front of you, because it is truly wonderful, you start to see things which are not quite right. No, you don't see shit.
I've got the hood pulled too far over.
You're currently fighting off a fey relight who was just kind of floating around. They're like little glowing particles,
Oh yeah, swat that.
but it's floating around you, and you're like, fuck off,
Swatting it.
fuck
yeah.
off,
Left
get
and
off,
right,
get out of
swatting
here. You're currently distracted doing that. But you can see, both Mary and Chris, as you look around, you can see that, yes, the buildings have clearly been abandoned hastily. You can see personal items, small bits, like a lost mitten, a pair of glasses, which have been clearly dropped and they're now buried in the drifted snow. And it becomes abundantly clear to you that, looking around at these buildings, there aren't any lights, there's no candlelight, there's no light. The only light is coming from this tree. And this tree does shed a good, decent amount of light with these fairy lights flowing around. And yeah, the wind is howling. It whistles between the buildings, and it is cold. Already your noses are red, your cheeks are slightly wind burnt.
All right.
Sound effects by
Yeah.
Ryan.
Man, the ambience there.
You might want to find a general store, mate. Get yourself some tissues.
Rick, was
right.
your score was 17, was it?
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite catch that, sorry.
Was your score was 17?
It was a 17, yes.
Okay, excellent. Nice. What are you doing?
Wondering why a 17 was important?
No reason.
Well, I think we all fancied warming up a little, so maybe that mulled wine we mentioned. We should go find that, and then once we've warmed up appropriately, maybe go for a wander and see if we can find these other things. What do you think?
Well, the local ale house is a plenty good place to start.
Could check the winery.
Exactly.
We're looking for the winery's owner.
Oh yes, and
Maybe
if he's
some-
there, bonus.
Yes. Maybe a clue to where they went.
Well, a bit suspicious that they've gone freaking missing, innit?
Find them in the vats, I'm
So.
sure. Add a bit of extra flavour.
You guys are horrible! Nice Christmassy adventurer, murder hobo, edgelord rogue, you're fine.
I will remind you, you named
He just
Mary
passed.
Murder.
Oh my god.
You started it, we'll finish it.
Right, can everyone please make me a perception check?
Oh, because I'm really good at these.
Law of averages, you've got to do one good eventually.
You fucking done it now, haven't you? That's a 6 + 3 for a whole 9.
Oh, I could beat that. I got a 5 + a 1 for a 6.
Whereas I can actually beat it, a 7 + 3 for a 10.
That's what they call karma over there, Chrissy.
Bloody hell, you guys. Oh my god.
Snowing really heavily just over me and you.
Yeah.
I think we've pulled the
Excellent.
wool over our own eyes here.
Okay. So I would like
I would like a
everyone
lot of things.
to please roll for initiative.
Oh no!
What?
I'm going to get hit by a barrel of wine. Roll initiative.
You wish.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's getting worse, folks. It's getting worse.
That's a 4 + 3 for a whole 7 for Noel. Oh.
Chrissy got a 14 plus a 3 for a 17.
And Mary got 3 + 2 for 5.
Noel fumbles as he tries to get his dagger out of his pocket.
Okay. So, sorry, going around the table. Noel,
I've forgotten it was so bad. What was that? 7?
7. Chrissy,
17.
17. Mary,
5.
5. Excellent. Living the dream. Here and okay. So, as you stand there discussing what part of town you're going to hit up first, you are surprised by the sound of tramping feet. This 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 rhythmical sound. It sounds like wood over cobbles, so wooden planks almost hitting the cobbles. As around the side of the festive tree, you see 4 small, 2-foot high animated nutcrackers. Each one with its painted features, very wooden painted features, each one holding a sword, followed quickly by a pair of soldiers mounted upon animated wooden rocking horses, which rock gently as they move forwards.
Metronomes.
Okay, so top of the round, Chrissy.
Chrissy doesn't really know what to make of that. It's slightly. I can't see this being a good thing. And she will. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will go for the one that's closest to. She will cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
And shout, stay where you are, you pint-sized piece of pine.
That's brilliant. Okay, roll to hit with advantage, please.
Vicious Mockery. I'm going to get that out of the...
Brilliant. Pint-sized piece of pie. Like that.
Sorry, I'm doing spells. It's a new thing.
Yeah, because I think everyone is playing a new class, aren't they? With the exception of maybe you, Rick.
I have only played an Eldritch Knight once. That was years ago.
Okay, so we're all kind of... Well, I say we're all. You're all fairly new to each of your classes, which is
Yeah, I think I played those.
quite interesting.
See how this goes. No, it's a wisdom save.
Oh, is it just a straight...
Yep.
So I've got to make a wisdom saving
And
throw.
that will be against a DC of 15, please.
DC 15. Nice. So with a 3, it fails the saving throw.
So that's 2d4s is 5th level. Then 2d4s of psychic.
What is it that fails? Is it like a collective thing, or is this individuals?
You wouldn't know.
Oh,
This is when it's targeted against one's creature.
Oh,
one
okay.
creature.
Yeah, a creature, yeah.
right.
We need 5 points, please. 5 points of
5
psychic
points
damage.
of
What's he targeted?
The closest one.
Ah,
The lead.
Okay.
The general.
It's general. Okay, so they are in a 2x2 format. These soldiers on foot. But yeah, you absolutely hit one. Yeah, he takes 5 points of damage.
Excellent.
Nice. Yeah. And are you doing anything else? You've obviously got 2 actions left. You've cast. You can move. You can.
Does that mean he's now got a chip on his shoulder? Oh, come on, that was good.
No, it wasn't.
I like
it
it.
was very much not good. So,
I like it.
Thank you.
you've
Lunch.
got about 40 foot between you.
That's good. Yeah, I think I will just step to the side, just out to the middle of the street, just to one side, just so we're not all like in a big clump.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can step aside. Is there anything else you want to do? Any bonus actions or?
No, I
anything?
think I'm good at that. Thank you for the moment.
Okie dokie. Right, nice. So, next up in the order are these soldiers. As you watch, they halt, marching in place. And it is this constant marching motion, this left, right, as they march on the spot. The 2 at the front draw their swords. One you just insulted. And they begin to march forward, coming forwards 20 foot. They don't travel far, they don't travel fast, as they go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, marching steadily closer. Similarly, the 2 mounted units at the back remain behind the next line of soldiers. The horses coming to a stop, but still rocking very gently backwards and forwards. So, next up in the order, we have Noel.
No.
I wanted to say Nick Knowles.
No, the last.
I was like, no.
The last person.
We have DIY SOS turn up to rebuild the town.
Yeah, you're all wearing purple t-shirts.
Yeah, the last person who called Noel got shanked.
Is that shagged or shanked?
Shanked? Oh my god. Well, unless they'll be very good looking. Right, well, bearing as the he was fumbling with his dagger and didn't really make it, he's going to.
I'm going to ban use of the word fumbling.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, he's going to pull out his short bow, seeing as he never actually got hold of his dagger, and he is going to target. Is that which one at the? Does one of them at the front look more in charge? Who looks?
No,
in
they
charge?
are all identical. They are all wearing this. They're all dressed in this very much military kind of. You think back to French, like ages ago, French wars where and the French and English where they try to outstyle each other, right? They've got these red coats on with brass coloured or brass painted kind of fastenings and a belt and epaulettes, blue trousers, black boots, and a big cap on, which is also red and gold. It's very much this this design, and that's what they look like there.
All right, okay, like classic kind of.
Classic
cool,
nutcrackers, and they look exactly the same, apart from one who maybe looks a little bit more depressed now you've insulted it.
Seems to be you.
Right, Noel's going to have a go at the one at the front, the one that hasn't been so far hit.
Okay.
And he's gonna loose his short bow, fire an arrow.
Excellent. So roll to hit.
Okay, so that's a +6 onto that. Oh, right. Okay, that's a 10 + 6 for a 16.
It hits. So roll damage.
That's 3 + 3 for 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Nice.
Not a bad opening shot.
Yeah,
If I say so myself.
you release an arrow and it chips off a nice little bit of wood. You see a little bit of wood just chips off as your arrow strikes. And yeah, it's clearly been damaged. Is there anything else you're doing on your turn?
I think Noel will go, hey, you ain't very appealing.
That was pretty bad.
I'm not getting it.
Thank you.
That was.
I'm just wondering, is this the main force?
No, actually
Is this-
bad.
Or just like a splinter cell?
Oh God!
Oh, fuck.
Like that. Oh, that's good.
Oh my god.
We like that one.
Okay, so next up in the round, Mary. What's Mary doing?
So these are currently about 20 feet ahead, the front line, yeah?
Yeah, the front line is 20 foot ahead.
And just making sure, I know you say they're travelling as a block, the mounted ones are directly behind them, right?
Yes. No, sorry. So what's happened is they've stopped, the entire unit stopped with basically the front line being 40 foot away.
Yep.
What has then happened is the other two lines, which are 45 and 50 foot away, respectively, have remained where they are, marching in place, and these two have come forward.
Oh, I
20 foot.
see. Right, okay.
It's like very much like a line deployment of like a very militaristic line deployment.
No, they're still 2 by 2. Sorry.
Yes, still 2 by 2. They're still walking in parallel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I think in which case, I presume that the arrow was shot at the already damaged Nutcracker?
So one has been damaged by Chrissy, who insulted it, and the other one was hit by an arrow.
Apologies, just
So
wanted
they've both
to
taken a little bit of damage.
In which case, I think the simplest, easiest thing to do is just stride up, pull out a shield as she's going, and Mary is going to try and cut them down.
Go for it. So roll to hit.
Okay, so she's going to do this with longsword. Go for the one that looks worst, and that is a 9 plus. Oh, that's not good. 9 plus 6 for 15. Oh,
15 to hit. Will hit.
amazing. Okay, so that would help. A 7 on the dice, plus 3 for strength, plus another 2 for her dueling style. So in total, 12 points of damage for the first attack.
Nice. And which one was that going to? Sorry.
We'll say that's the one that got mocked earlier.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah. So you take a good swipe at it, and you leave a decent small mark across its painted body. But it doesn't seem to have done massive amounts of damage.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But it was still a pretty good hit, though.
Can I try again with my second attack, please?
You can try again. Yes, go for it.
Try and cut it down to size. That is in total a 19 now to hit, 13 plus 6.
Oh, definitely, yep.
And that would then be another 9 points of damage. 4 plus 5.
Another 9 points of damage. Nice. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you leave another score mark across it, and it's looking. It's difficult to tell if it's very wounded because obviously it doesn't have facial expressions. It's not. It's very much an animated object, but it does look battered. You've done some decent damage to it at this point.
Okay.
Is there anything else you're doing? Any other actions you want to take?
No, I wish I could viciously mock it myself, but I'm just going to stand there and raise my shield, ready for the assault.
Well, you can viciously mock it. It just won't do any damage.
That kind of defeats the whole point, right? I want to at least do emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Okay, so next up is Chrissy. Top of the round.
Okay, so let me just get these measurements on. So we're still in formation.
Yep.
So we've got the back row, and there. So we've got the 2 at the back, and then 2 in front. And how far away are they?
So the back row 50 foot, row in front 45,
5.
and then the front row, which is attacking you, is 20 foot.
20 foot in front of them.
In front, yeah.
So 20 foot from the 45.
20 foot. No, so they would have been at the 40 foot mark. They've now come forwards to 20 foot in front of you. So from 40 foot, they move 20 foot forwards.
Yeah, so that's 20. So that's all dimensions from there.
Yeah.
Okay, right. And okay, so what Chrissy will do is she will move up and stand next to, well, in front of the one that isn't being stood in front of by Mary.
Yep, sure, that's the one which got shot.
Yeah. Just she'll walk me, put a hand on her back, say, okay, dear, it's time to do your thing, and we'll use bardic inspiration.
Nice.
Which, as College of Valor, that can also be used for attack and damage rolls.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we have battle inspiration.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. And from there, being as they're all in a line, and I'm calculating them all to be within 30 foot,
Yes.
I will use Draconic Breath on all 3 in a line.
Ooh, tasty. Let's go.
So that's a DC 12 Dex save.
DC 12 Dex save. Nice. I'm just going to get a couple of dice out here. DC 12, that's a 14 on that one. It's a 6 on that one.
Nice.
And a 2 on the last one.
Oh, cool. So
Okay, so the 2 foot soldiers in front of you are caught in this. The one mounted on the rocking horse at the back kind of wobbles out the way. It's very much a rocking shuffle. It's like it's sideways movement, but it's like backwards, forwards,
okay.
out the way.
Okay, so yeah, that's going to be 2d6 lightning damage.
Woo! Tasty.
Oh, I didn't roll very well on that. That's going to be just 3 points.
3
1 and a
points.
2. Yeah.
3 points
2 each of them, I assume.
to each of them. Yep, better than nothing.
Yeah.
It's very tasty. Okie dokie. Yeah, you.
Sorry.
It's actually like a cone of snot. No. Oh, that's a grim thought. Yeah, you open your maw and you release this crackling blue energy as it blasts through the one in front of you, blasts through the one 20 foot behind it, and finally kind of ends up blasting towards the cavalry unit, which rocks out the way. And you can see kind of little burn marks where the lightning is connected with the surface of the wood, and it's scorched and it's left these kind of wiggly lines. And it's clearly done some damage, but it hasn't done as much as you were hoping.
Yeah.
But you have given battle inspiration to Mary, so that's a
That's a D6.
D8, is it?
Oh, sorry, it is a D8, yeah. Yeah. Struggling to drive the player's handbook at the moment. Yeah, it is a D8. I think we looked not so long ago, yeah.
I think it's an extra D8 too. Is it just attack and damage rolls?
No, it can be added to an ability check as well as normal
ability.
inspiration. So it's
Excellent.
bardic inspiration, but with battle inspiration.
Lovely, loving it. Okay, so that's the end of your turn, I take it.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. So what is going to happen is the 2 in front of you, Mary and Chrissy, are going to make attacks. They're going to use their multi-attack feature. And a 7 and a 7, what are the odds on that, to hit you, Chrissy?
Nope, that won't hit. Thank you.
Okay. And a natural 1 and a 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to hit you, Mary.
Will also miss, yes.
Also miss. Okay, so they both take swipes at you, and it's very coordinated. They attack at the same time, swoosh and swoosh, both miss. Yours, Mary, probably clattering off your shield. Yours, Chrissy, you're able to avoid it. And they do no damage. They do not advance any further or take any other action, however. The 2 soldiers behind them, similarly, do not move as well. They remain marching in place. Same for the cavalry units. So back to Noel.
How far are they in front of me?
20 foot.
20 foot.
But you do have Mary and Chrissy stood in front of them as well now.
Right.
So you'd have to manoeuvre slightly to get a clear line.
Okay. Well, with 30 foot of movement, what I'll do is I'll move round to the... How far behind are the mounted ones?
30 foot.
Okay. Noel will move round the side of where Mary is stood,
Okay.
and will... Can I switch weapons?
I believe switch weapons is an action.
Is that an action?
It's a free interact action to draw or discard an item. You could drop your bow and pull out your sword as just a free action, basically.
Yeah. I think he'd drop the short bow,
Yep.
pull out his rapier,
Yep.
and take a swipe at the one in front of Mary.
Okay, so you're going around your flanking,
Yes.
kind of, yep, by Mary, so you can roll to attack with advantage.
Okay.
If you succeed, you will then get the stealth attack bonus.
Okay. Okay, so that would be a 15 plus... what am I adding?
Will be your bonus in the middle column.
Yeah. So middle column, about halfway down.
In your attack box, middle
That's it.
column. where it says rapier. What's next to it? The number next
Oh
to it.
gosh, yeah, sorry, I'm sorry, yeah. It's a 21, so it's a 15
Oh, yes.
plus a 6, so
That
21
definitely
hits.
That definitely hits. Okay, so roll damage and then add your sneak attack damage as well, which I think is 3d6.
It is indeed. So roll my damage. Damage is going to be a 1d8 plus 3, which is there, 1d8. So that's a 3 plus a 3, which is a 6 normal damage.
Yep.
And then 3d6 sneak attack, which is 4, 7. That's exactly another 10.
10, so 16 points of damage
16 points of
cumulative
damage.
to the one in front of Mary, which is... Yeah, you dart round to the side, you pull your rapier, and you stab it deep into this creature. One of its arms pops off, the one without the sword in it, and falls to the ground quite limp. And it's not looking good. It's very battered, it's very scuffed up, its paintwork is damaged severely, and its little kind of smile across its face is kind of being like half rubbed off, the paint's gone. It's looking in bad shape now.
Noel turned to Mary and say, "See, it's pretty much harmless."
That's a cracking job.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so is that the end of your turn?
It is.
You don't
yeah.
want to take a bonus action? Hide, disengage? Don't want to do any of that?
No,
Okay.
just stay where he is.
Okay, cool, excellent. So, last up in the round, Mary.
Last but not least, Mary is going to take advantage of this flanking position and is going to strike at this very badly battered Nutcracker.
Go for it, roll with advantage.
Okay, that was good because one of those dice was a 2, the other one was a 13, so that's a 19 on the attack.
Hits, roll damage.
12 damage slashing.
12 damage, nice. You take Frankie
Yep.
and slice at this Nutcracker doll. As you do so, its head pops off with a very satisfying pop and rolls quite wobbly across the ground as it rolls off, and the entire thing collapses to the floor like a marionette with the strings cut. And as you do so, you see a small silver shard appear over its corpse and then very quickly dart away. So can you please, as that happens, make me a perception check at disadvantage, please.
Ooh. That's not too bad. Got a 14 and a 12, 12 plus 3 is 15.
Okay, you're not able to track it as it disappears. You just see it flashes out of the corner of your eye and disappears. Okay, are you doing anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'd like to step through the gap created by this fallen foe and take a flanking position opposite Chrissy.
Okay.
And then strike at that one. That's okay.
Excellent. Yes, you can do that 100%. So roll with advantage.
Highest one is an 18 plus 6, 24. Damage.
Hits, yep, roll damage.
Damage would be a 1 plus 5 for 6.
6 points of damage. Nice. Excellent. Okay, and is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that would be it.
Okay, so next up, top of the round, back to Chrissy.
Okay, so Mary's gone to the one side. No,
Yep.
Mary and Noel are off to the one. No, they're off to one side.
Yeah. They're basically on either side of it.
Oh, they're either side of me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in the middle.
Oh no,
Cozy.
because
Mary's-
you were flanking Mary, so no.
Yeah.
So,
Mary's
yes,
the other
you've
side
got-
of your
you've got-
opponent. Yeah.
So you've got the creature in front, you're there. Mary's to the right side of it because she stepped through.
Yeah.
And then Noel's to the right of Mary. Sorry,
Okay.
that's where we are.
Right, okay.
So Chrissy will turn now to Noel and use another.
He gets shagged.
Stick your inspiration where the sun don't shine. Then
So you're not going to
Work.
be be able to reach Noel from where you are.
it's got range. It's got
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry. Carry on. Ignore me.
yeah. So we I think it's like 30 or 60 foot. It's a fair distance. So yeah, we'll say. Keep going. I'll set them up, and you keep knocking them down like that. And so you now have a 1d8 to add to an ability check, attack, or damage roll.
Oh.
Next 10 minutes.
Marvellous. What is it, 1d8?
1d8.
Yep.
Ability, attack, or damage.
Okay. Lovely. Thank
So
you.
everyone's got one now.
Excellent.
Marvellous.
Okay,
And so that's my bonus action.
nice.
And I will move up to the, essentially just work down the line, so that'll be towards the next foot soldier, I think.
No, so you've still got one in front of you.
Oh, okay. I'll try and kebab that then with the rapier.
Go for it. Roll to hit with advantage. Because you're flanking.
Nothing quite like a Christmas kebab. Is there?
Christmas kebab.
Everyone should have one.
Okay, what we got? It's 11, that's okay, so the advantage is, it's going to be 16.
16 hits.
Oh, nice.
Roll your damage.
That's going to be 8 points of piercing damage, please.
8 points of piercing damage. Nice. Okay. And it's looking fairly battered now. Again, you've put a decent hole in it. You've kind of, as you've tried to pierce it, you've kind of gone into its head, and its head's kind of slightly spun to the one direction. So it looks like it's got a bit of a broken neck going on. But yeah, that is that. So the one in front of you will attack again,
Okay.
twice at you, Chrissy, which I believe will provoke an attack of opportunity from Mary.
If it's moving around, then yes, but only if
No,
it's leaving
just
my area.
attacking.
Yeah, it's not going
Okay,
to
no,
generate
that's
anything
fine.
attacking, no.
Okay, so with a 8 and an 18 to hit you, I think the 18 will hit.
The 18 will hit, yes.
18 will hit, excellent. So it is going to do with a 2 points of piercing damage, slashing damage, as it slashes at you with its short sword.
2 points, no problem. Thank you very much.
And then the next line of soldiers will move forwards 10 foot as they start to march onwards. Again, cavalry unit at the back does nothing. Next up is Noel.
Noel will step up to the next one.
Okay, so you're going to travel 10 foot forward?
Yep, 10 foot forward.
Yep.
And he is going to go with the rapier that's in his hand and have a go at that one.
Excellent. Go for it.
Okay.
Roll to hit.
So do I get advantage ready on this? No. Okay. So,
So, roll 1.
roll one. Okay, that is a 19 plus 6 for a 25 to hit.
Nice. What's the critical range?
Always 20.
Always 20. Right,
Oh,
okay.
no, unless you have a feet.
Yes.
If you're a fighter,
critical,
yeah. There's one way to do it.
Yeah. So that will be, excuse me, 1d8 plus 3. Sorry, 1d8. Lost my d8. Oh, that's 1 plus 3 for a whole 4 points of damage. But he will roll. Do I get this advantage once? Do I? Or do I? The
You can
1d8
roll an extra. You can roll a d8 and add that to it once. Yeah,
once.
yeah. Within the next 10 minutes.
No, I'm going to hang on to that. So
She rolls 1 on it.
yeah, I'm going to hang on to that for the time being. So that's a 1 plus 3 for 4.
4 points of damage.
4
Nice.
points of damage.
Yeah,
Just
cool.
a bit of a ping there.
Doing anything else on your turn?
Have I got any movement left?
Well, you've moved 10 foot,
10 foot.
so you've got 20 foot of movement. What's
So
on the sheet?
I'm going to move 20 foot towards one of these mounted.
Okay, so you're going to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, go on.
There is a way to avoid that. You can use your bonus action, set the disengage action as part of your rogue skills.
Oh, yeah, I could use my disengage. Yeah, you're right. I'd forgotten I got that.
Yes, you could do that.
Yes, okay,
Yeah.
then I'll use that as my bonus action to disengage,
Yep.
and I will move 20 foot, was it?
Yeah.
Towards 20 foot towards.
Oh, 10 foot, but you've got 20
yeah,
foot movement.
yeah, towards the cavalry unit behind.
Okay, yeah, you move it to the cavalry unit.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, cool. Next up is the soldiers. The one in front of you is again going to take 2 swipes at you, Chrissy,
Okay.
with a 6 and a 7, so neither of those are going to hit.
Well, thank you.
The next line of soldiers back does not take any action, and then the cavalry unit will, as you have now moved up, is going to make 2 melee weapon attacks against you, Noel.
As the curtain falls on episode 1, act 1, refill your eggnog and dally no more, my dear listeners, for it is time to immediately jump right into Episode 1, Act 2, and see how our festive friends are faring with their nutcracker nonsense.